Did a video on this article a few days ago where the Japan Times broke down how translation from Japanese to English works and how they take things and try to change them for different cultures on problematic issues. This article did not go over very well with a large percentage of gamers and anime and manga enjoyers because they're not happy with the way localizers treat the products they love. I think that's the best way to put it. Who is the arbiter of what is considered too sensitive for people? What makes it a big problem is the people that are translating it are already hypersensitive. Most of them are overly woke, and they decide to change things that they consider offensive, and they don't want that to come over here. It's a bunch of shit. It's a very eye-opening article, and I hope a lot of people caught wind of this and read it, or at least watch somebody's video on it. If it wasn't mine, Censored Gaming had a great one, short and sweet with a lot of stuff in there. I saw Asmongold reacted to it, so that's good. So I like the attention that this is getting, because I really would like it if these people would just do their damn job and do it right. So, you have companies over in Japan. They want that Western money. The money coming in from the West eclipses what they make over there. The majority of the money now comes in from the West. And they think that they need to change things. And they're giving the localizers more power. They're working with them from the start now, to be honest, from what I was reading in this. And I've kind of known this for a while. I've talked about this before it really became the big issue it has over the past couple of weeks. And I'm glad that it's getting a lot of attention finally. Because the West is influencing what's made over there now. It's a fact. That skirt's too short. You're showing a little bit too much cleavage, was the quote from this article. And they will change it. They're more receptive to those changes now. Well, Sega Official, this is the Japanese account, by the way, not the American account, decided they were going to share this article. Do you know about game localization, which translates games appropriately based on each country's language and culture? I was interviewed for Localization. From Japan to the world, how to translate a game, the Japan Times. With a lot of focus on Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, because that's the big game that just came out that Sega just put out. And they thought this would be good advertising for the game, but that was not the case, because they were quickly ratioed and quote tweeted into the ground. I mean, as you can see right there, 1.1 thousand likes to 687, or 1.1 thousand comments to 687 likes, and that repost keeps going up. Now, the beautiful thing about this is it's not just Americans chiming in and giving them shit for this awful interview. You also have a lot of Japanese accounts coming in here and saying stuff like, you are very out of touch with what Western gamers want. I don't know if that's a Japanese account or not, but that part is in English. But I'm sure since that's the Japanese Twitter, a lot of people are probably from Japan that are commenting on it. Be very afraid for Persona 6. I agree. People aren't happy with this. And a lot of this has been captured. I'm surprised Sega hasn't taken the article down, to be honest. But, it's just another bad look for localizers. It's another bad look for a lot of these Japanese creators that are doing this. I like that they're getting a little bit of pushback on this, because they probably think that these advisors from these companies represent everybody, but they don't. Most of them are pink-haired, blue-haired people that are going in there and telling them about the new progressive values of the West, and that's not the case. Not the case. There's a reason that so many people are divided on these things. It's not universal. But they're going in there and pretty much making their opinions the universal opinion for everybody, and that's not the case. What Western values are should not matter to these games. These games should embrace Japanese values because that's most of the charm of them. It's what they were that were bringing in fans. They didn't need to change. The creator of Yakuza understood this when he said, why would I change any of these things? People are loving them for what they are. That's not an exact quote, but he did say something similar to that. I think it was when asked about changing things for women, and because there's a lot of women that like the Yakuza games, and he said, why would I change it? They like it for what it is. I'm not going to change it. And he was absolutely right. You don't need to change it. That's why the things that make it loved are there for a reason. It's what people love about it. But a lot of the charm, like I've been saying constantly, is the Japanese part of these things. They don't need to be changed for the West. We already have Western developers. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I like that this is getting a lot of attention. I really do, because maybe somebody smart over there will see all of this, backlash and pushback, and say, hey, maybe we're not doing this right. We got all this money coming in. We'd like to keep it coming in, right? Let's get back to basics here. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. How do you feel about this? What do you feel about Sega thinking that this is okay? I personally find it funny that they got ratioed. Probably going to continue to get ratioed and pushed back for this because, their opinion on this is shit. But Sega's been messing up for a long time. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, share the video, hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.